Oh
No,
no
like, oh, you
no
couldn't figure that out beforehand, bro. Oh, like, yeah.
no
I
no
hope that's
no. Please,
so, like you.
Omar, it's very nice to meet you, and please don't feel bad at all. I zoomed into Ben's office and yeah, had a very similar situation where I was like, oh my God, I'm not prepared for this at all. And then was super prepared. And I was like, oh God. Yeah, I have a very like janky setup. Right. But anyway, you're great. You're
Oh,
great.
thank you. Thank
Yeah, so
you.
excited to talk to you. Yeah.
Oh, it's great to meet you guys, man. It's great to see the
Yeah.
work you've been doing too. I've been a big fan of the show since the inception of it, with Craig the Creek, and now it's great to see that you got the spinoff with Jessica's Little Big World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super exciting.
I like I'll get to the questions. Like with Craig of the Creek, you hit like a milestone, and you have like the formula that works. Like, oh yeah, we have done it here. Like we've reached GOAT status. So when you do the spinoff, do you stick to the formula, or do you take risks? Do you take even bigger risks this time?
Matt and Ben, I wonder, uh, yeah, please jump on this. What I'm trying to say here that I feel like we got wait, first was that a question for Matt and Ben? Did I jump in
Oh
premature?
yeah.
Oh sorry,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
thank goodness. I was just excited
Jump
to
in.
answer. Okay,
Oh
wonderful.
yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say that we took risks in a very specific in a very special way because we are doing this preschool show, but there was a great risk that we were going to take of creating something that was engaging and true to the original idea but for a younger audience and reaching new viewers. And Ben, I wonder if you want to say anything about that, the reaching of other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, it was super exciting to get the opportunity to do this spinoff. It was, a challenge, but also something we're excited about doing it as a preschool spinoff. But we were really excited about reaching a new audience without losing the feeling of what the Jessica, as a character is as a person. The Jessica that Tiffany created on Craig of the Creek, storyboarding these episodes, writing her, creating this whole backstory that sometimes never got on screen, that she would just tell us in the room about, there's a character on Jessica Big Little World, Small Uncle, that Tiffany created a whole other backstory that actually never made it into either show. There's a lot more that we didn't get to. But it was, that was, we wanted to stay true to the types of stories we told and reach a new audience. That was the learning experience and the fun of it.
Nice. And on speaking of that, for Lucia, how is it to feel like we saw what it was like for Craig as a middle child, but now you get to represent like the youngest child in the family, and like seeing all the different interactions you have with all the other characters as well, because like especially with Bernard, as we've seen in that one episode, like Bernard doesn't talk to Jessica like he talks to Craig. Like he's a lot more patient with her, and they have an entirely different relationship. So what is it like to be able to explore that?
Well, I can't exactly say that I relate since I'm the oldest child. But
oh God.
my sister, I can see a lot of my sister in Jessica. The way I can't just, why are you doing that? Like, what are you actually doing? I have to like, it's okay, she's 3 years younger, calm down. She's fun and she's gonna do what she wants to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's hilarious. I have so much fun with my little sister. I'm hoping that she never changes, even though she gets on my nerves sometimes, but that's to be expected with siblings. It's just really cool to be able to kind of be put into the little child's shoes.
Nice. And a big difference, like I've seen with the previous show as compared to this one, whereas we played on like the creek in the playground, and we see like the imagination there. With Jessica, like the whole world's her playground, and like we see her imagination at home and like outside the world as well. So what's it like to be able to do that with the character this time? Like it's your turn with the ball to run with it.
I was really nervous when I first heard the idea. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not used to doing anything like this. But once we started, I had so much fun doing it. what the lines that they come up with and had Jessica say, they were brilliant. Like, I can definitely imagine if Jessica were a real person, she'd definitely say something like that. Just like keeping it fun, but also like, she's trying to become this big kid, but like not losing that she's silly and funny and creative, like kind of teaching lessons, but like making it super awesome at the same time.
So, and also like speaking of her like wanting to be older now and that being her journey, what's it like to speak to like, because you get to see like we see big Jessica and we speak to like her, she's speaking to her older version of herself. So what is that like? And then for the showrunners, what was it like creating that version? Is that Jessica? Because she looks like she's a fan of Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation as well.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's really cool that Jessica has this super awesome version of her older self that she's able to look up to and that will help her get through difficult tasks. Like if she's having a problem, she can go look in the mirror, ask Big Jessica for help. And she's kind of like inspiration for what Jessica strives to be when she's a big kid or when she's all grown up. And like just having that like kind of role model to be able to like, I can be that, I'm gonna be that, and I'm gonna be super awesome. And like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and big Jessica, Matt and Ben, I can't believe that we haven't mentioned this in a while, that big Jessica's like first ever inception was in the episode Jessica the Intern, where Jessica is working with Kit at the trading tree, and little Jessica draws herself as like this like super Jessica kind of person. So when we were developing the big Jessica character, or when we were thinking about like what little Jessica could have in her mind and world, we thought about that, like what was that moment? What is this imagination of yourself that you can kind of like picture? We were saying that when you know look in the mirror and you imagine who you would like to be, all the things that you want to be, that's big Jessica. So she doesn't necessarily exist out in the world, but she is the manifestation of like all the things that you would hope that you can be one day. And because Jessica's such a little kid, big Jessica is like all of the things all at once happening at all the same, like the same volume. So she is a lot, but she is a child's dream of who they could be. Matt, I don't know if you have anything to say about that.
It's fun. Just fun. We are fans of Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation. So it's just great. It's just great to bring, I mean, Jessica herself is such a energetic and fun character. It was just nice to bring a different energy to big Jessica, to see what that energy would look like if it was completely let loose. And I think it's just like, yeah, we like playing with I think like a kid's idea of what a grown-up is, and seeing her like she's doing all kinds of fantastical stuff. And yeah, that's what when you're a kid, you're like, I want to be a basketball player, but I'm also going to be a dancer, and I'm also going to be a singer, and I'm also going to be a veterinarian and a paleontologist. Like, it's just that the canvas is wide open for kids, and I think that it, big Jessica represents that.
Nice. I think I'm winding down on time, so I'll ask this last question for you guys. I'll start with Lucia first, and then for you guys. We saw her gain a friend in the grocery episode. So my question is then, like, Lucia, what was it like for you to have someone to play off of now, like the same age, or no, the same age, but like Jessica having a friend and someone to play off of this time? And will we get this? Like, will we see her return? Like, does Jessica have her own friend group, or will we see her forming a friend group?
So in the grocery episode, it was cool to see because my mom always tells me that when I was little, maybe like same age as Jessica, I'd always just wander up to random children, like, "Hi, I'm Lucia. What's your name? Do you want to play together?" Like, I feel like as you get older, you kind of like, oh, should I go say hi or should I not? Or am I gonna look weird? Or is there something on my face? Or just being little, being able to just be, hi, let's be friends. Like, not care about any of that. And it was really cool for Jessica to have another kid her age to be able to talk to in that episode. I thought it was really awesome.
Nice.
And Jessica, in future episodes, Jessica does have her own group of friends. You can see some of them behind Tiffany's shoulder on that nice canvas back there. But yeah, we wanted to give her a crew of regulars, the same way that Craig has his crew that he runs around with.
Nice. I think I've hit the. I haven't said time. I'm like, I think that's time. I was watching the time limit. I'm trying to be efficient. Came in stumbling and then strong.
Good.
You were awesome.
Good.
Nice. But thank y'all for having me, and I will get this up as soon as possible. And I've been enjoyed the screeners, and you guys are doing the Lord's work, man. You're all amazing, and it's great to see that you're still continuing on as well.